Big week this week, a lot of things unlocking. Obviously, Horrific Vision's going live. I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the sad time gating that's still going on, even though they're now live, as well as some of the better things to get and what you should be doing today and for the rest of the week. So here we go. Increased Liberation of Undermine, rank 13. That's right, we're going to get our 3% more buff to our healing and DPS through the Liberation of Undermine Galagio reward system. So now we're going to be up to 12% in total. Finally, noobs like myself and everybody else out there who hasn't got an AOTC, a little bit better shot at doing it, right? Because you can just DPS through mechanics and not actually worry about them. That's typically the way that we kill bosses around here. The fourth Puzzling Cartel chip is also available, that requires you to kill 4 bosses. I believe people were saying that it was working. They were able to fulfill this thing by doing LFR, so go and do LFR if that's still working. 4 raid bosses killed, get you another cartel chip. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to buy any extra gear. What it does mean is you'll have one of the 3 that you're going to need to buy your next piece of gear. Some people spent their first cartel chips not wisely, so maybe they're waiting for that next round of cartel chips. You'll have to wait 2 more weeks to finally be able to buy something else, but might as well get your next one here. The War Within Dungeon event is now live as well. The weekly quest from Emissary of War is now available again. This will give you a 649 piece of item level gear for completing 4 mythic dungeons. Any level of mythic, because mythic zeros work. Just go through, get those dungeons done, and get your little cache of free loot. Now, for 649, still works pretty good for a lot of people. Really good for alts, especially. Corruption Helm enchants, okay? This is the big thing that you're going to be doing for Horrific Visions. This is a reason why you're doing them, really. This is the thing that's going to give you a little bit of a buff, about a 2.1% buff if we're talking about the best of the best. And I'm going to tell you, for your class specifically, which is the best Helm enchant. But here we go. The way you're going to first unlock them is you're going to have to go through, obviously, and do Horrific Visions. So first things first, doing all the opening quest lines, right? So opening quest lines include going into Horrific Vision for the first time, talking to them, going into the room, doing all the shit. The quests right here, there's about 6 of them. You're going to go through them and complete. Then you'll go to Mr. Agarmu, I believe is his name. He will give you the quest Borrowing Corruption. This will require you to get 8 black blood residues. You can actually get these residues by completing side quests throughout the Horrific Vision. And then at the end of the Horrific Vision, when you get your chest, if you've completed a lot of side quests, you'll get more black blood residues. If you haven't, you'll get only a few. But you'll get those black blood residues at the end of this thing. To complete this first quest, you'll have to do 2 Horrific Visions. If you've completed all the side quests and completed the Horrific Visions themselves, that'll give you also 500... you'll also need 500 displaced corrupted mementos to buy your lesser corruptions, okay? This will give you your first lesser corruption enchant. This is not the best version of your enchant. To get the best version, you have to do borrowing corruption. You have to do enhancing corruption. This is the next quest that you'll get. This quest requires you to get 8 black bloods, so this will require you to complete 4 Horrific Visions if you're doing them, maxed out, doing all the side quests to get all of those black bloods, and also 1,000 displaced corrupted mementos. Obviously, these are your helm enchants right here, but which one's the best for your specific class? Well, Samiccus, your boy, he's got it. Don't worry about it. I'm a man of the people, and I'm about to educate the people. Here we go. Blood Decay. Best single target, we see Rune of the Echoing Void and Rune of the Void Ritual. You guys are going to notice a thing here. Void Ritual is a really, really good one. It's going to be the best for a lot of people. Frost, you got Void Ritual, and Unholy, Void Ritual. Surprise, surprise. So there you go. Moving on to Demon Hunter. Echoing Void, actually the best for Havoc Demon Hunter on both sides. And same here, except for AoE, Void Ritual is the best for Vengeance Demon Hunter. For Druid, we got Void Ritual. Yeah, okay, all Void Ritual. Just get Void Ritual. If you're a Druid, no matter what you're playing, get Void Ritual. There you go. Best Evoker ones. We got Gushing Wound. Sounds absolutely glorious for single target augmentation. And then Twilight Devastation being the best for AoE for them. And then Void Ritual wrapping up for Devastation and Preservation, no matter if you're AoE or single target here. For Hunter, Void Ritual. For everything except Marksmanship, Hunter, single target. Gushing Wound might be the best one there. These are all simmed out, so take my word for it. I know, of course, I wrote this article. Best Mage Corruptions. We got a Void Ritual, Gushing Wound for single target fire, and AoE fire. So it looks like Gushing Wound is the best for fire. Then we see our first Infinite Star here for Frost Mage single target, and then Void Ritual for best AoE enchant here for melee. Yeah, I did not write this article, by the way, but I am reading it, so that's kind of the same thing, right? I take credit for it. Best monk corruption enchants. We got a Brewmaster. We got Echoing Void here for both AoE and single target. For defensives, you could go Void Ritual. And then for Mistweaver, Void Ritual, Windwalker, Echoing Void, and Echoing Void. So there you go for those. Gushing sounds, yeah, it's such an interesting word. I agree. Okay, for Paladins, this is about 90% of the player base, so pay attention, guys. Here we go. Holy Paladin, Void Ritual, yeah, fucking Void Ritual. Okay, just if you're a Paladin, go get Void Ritual. That's your best one. For Priest, here we go. We see Void Ritual for Discipline Priest. If you're going more maybe damage here, Gushing Wound, it looks like might be the best for single and AoE. And then Holy Priest, yeah, Void Ritual, no surprise. And Shadow Priest. Guess it, boys. It's Void Ritual. There you go. Best Rogue ones. Echoing Void. Actually, the best for Rogue, no matter if you're playing ass, sub my titties, outlaw rogue, doesn't matter. You are going to be choosing Echoing Void. That looks like the best one for you guys. Best Shaman, Void Ritual. Everywhere. Shamans, no matter what you're spec'd out, go get Void Ritual. Warlocks, same concept. No matter what you're spec'd as, go get Void Ritual. And then finally for Warrior, we see here, yeah, no surprise. Void Ritual, boys. So for most classes out there, it looks like Void Ritual is going to be the best enchant. There's a few exceptions in here. I'll link this in the chat and down below the YouTube video for anybody who wants to go ahead and look at it themselves. Now for the thing is, the other thing, Corruption Tree, okay? The Corruption Tree, unfortunately, is time-gated. Yes, time-gating within the time gate of releasing this time-gated content. Sad to see, but here it is. For completing this tree, we've seen some strats which include kind of going down the center here as the first thing you're going to want to do. Well, you won't really be able to do that. Only 4 points will be available this week. Once you completed the Borrowing Corruption, this will unlock the Lesser Corruptions. We already read this shit about Lesser Corruptions. These are the only things available, by the way, this week. So you will not be... It seems like the other quest, Enhancing Corruption, which gives you the better Corruption enchant for your helm, also time-gated. That quest is not yet available. Now, for the trees, 4 points only available right now. I mean, you're not going to have much choice. You're going to fill out the freaking 4 points. Now, going down the center, if we're allowed to do that, that has been seen on the PTR to be the best way to fill this out. That's going to give you your most corruption resistance. But as of right now, only 4 points available this week. We'll see if the rest become, or more become available in the following weeks. But yeah, more time-gating within the time-gated content. Yeah, scammed, exactly. Horrific Vision cosmetics are no longer time-gated, so Blizzard only time-gates player power. There you go. So some of these were time-gated. They were attached to things with the tree or corruption resistance, whatever it is. They're no longer time-gated, so if you see some of these that you like, now I would suggest not spending all your coins on fucking, what's it called, Transmog just yet. Save it for your helm enchants for now. But once you want to get them, they're no longer time-gated. This week, 5 masks will be made available. They are available right now. You won't be able to go beyond 5 masks, also kind of time-gated there. But you can run with each of these, going through, filling out your stuff, finishing all the masks. If you can do 5 masks this week, good for you. You can build up some corruption resistance, all kinds of things. Get some of these quest lines going in terms of the void cycle and everything else, because that's going to require you to eventually run with all the masks. So finishing this out with 5 masks right now is the most you could possibly do this week. Now, what you want to prioritize this week specifically is doing the tributes, okay? These tributes are these little things around the room you'll see. These will actually enhance your powers, enhance your ability to run through these things. The way you fill them out is by killing the shit in the Horrific Visions, okay? Opening boxes. You see boxes, go open them. You see things, go kill them. Do all of the things in the Horrific Visions, and you will fill out these tributes. Again, these tributes are going to give you the ability to run through these things a little bit quicker. So you'll get 3% movement speed buff at the top end of the Void Hunter one. For Elite Extermination, you'll gain 150 sanity for defeating elite enemies. For the tribute of Experimental Destabilization, you will get 50% sanity. While above 50% sanity, your damage will be increased by 12%. While below 50% sanity, damage taken is reduced by 12%. So that'll give you some kind of ways to survive as your what's it called, corruption increases. And then Tribute of the Clear Slight at the top rank in Horrific Visions, able to see loot treasure chests in tainted, corrupted, and lost areas. So that's great, especially if you love taints. Moving on here, Sora Dormi, don't use this bitch. Completely ignore the fact that she's even available. All she does is make this content harder. Okay, she's not good enough to offset the fact that this actually scales up with the fact that you are bringing a second person into the Horrific Dungeon. Yes, Horrific Visions. Horrific Visions are actually able to be done with multiple players. The thing is, bringing Sora Dormy actually counts as bringing an additional player, and she doesn't scale as much as the stuff itself in the place scales. So completely ignore Sora Dormy. Put her as a side chick on the side. Completely ignore her text messages, her phone calls. Your wife is checking your phone. Act like she doesn't exist. Moving on to the final piece of content here. Yeah, it's the WoW store. $30 can get yourself a two-headed, a badass-looking fucking Chimera mount. I'm not gonna lie, this is really cool. Along with the matching Inferno helm. Yeah, of course, it's WoW store stuff, so of course it's gonna be really, really cool. And this ensemble, damn, I mean, this is a really, $30 actually ain't bad for this shit. I don't participate in the WoW store, but I can see a good value when I see a good value, and this one actually is pretty damn decent. And that is all in terms of news.